Kazakhstan's President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev said on Friday that his government would hold a referendum to decide whether to construct the country's first nuclear power plant. Addressing parliament, President Tokayev said that the development of nuclear energy has become a particularly important economic and political issue. Kazakhstan has long discussed the idea, citing the need for new power generation capacity. The government even identified a planned location for the facility in the northeastern Almaty region and mentioned Russia's Rosatom as a potential partner. However, activists have opposed the project due to safety concerns and the country's history as home to the semi-nuclear weapons testing ground. Typhoon Saola swept across southern China on Saturday after tearing down trees and smashing windows in Hong Kong, although the megacity avoided a feared direct hit from one of the region's strongest storms in decades. Tens of millions of people in the densely populated coastal areas of southern China had sheltered indoors on Friday ahead of the storm. Saola triggered Hong Kong's highest threat level on Friday evening, issued only 16 times since World War II, and registered winds of around 210 kilometers per hour at its peak. It was downgraded before dawn on Saturday as the typhoon passed the city and tracked towards coastal areas of mainland China, where it weakened into a severe tropical storm. So far, Hong Kong has had no reported casualties and far less damage than that created by 2018's powerful typhoon Mangkhut, but authorities want people to stay away from the shorelines as Saola was still whipping up strong gales. Rare protests in Syria calling for the ouster of the authoritarian government have gathered momentum over the past 2 weeks in scenes reminiscent of the Arab Spring uprising that began more than 12 years ago and morphed into a multi-sided war. Hundreds of people have protested in southern Syria to urge President Bashar al-Assad to step down, capping nearly 2 weeks of demonstrations that had erupted over poor living conditions but have spiraled into renewed calls for political change. The protests grew out of anger over increasing economic hardships that boiled over into demands for a political settlement to the war, which is largely at a stalemate. They have grown daily, drawing hundreds of people who at times have torn down the ubiquitous posters of President Bashar al-Assad and shuttered offices of the political party loyal to him. Bashar out, Syria free, shouted a large crowd on Friday in the city of Swaida. A road accident in northern Iraq has killed at least 16 people, mostly Shia Iranian pilgrims, as millions of people converge on the holy city of Karbala for Arba'in, one of the world's biggest religious gatherings. 13 people were also injured in the accident, which occurred on a road linking two cities of Dujal and Samara in Iraq's northern Salahuddin province. Burhan did not detail the circumstances of the crash but said most of the dead were visitors from Iran. Those hurt were taken to hospitals. As per reports, two minibuses crashed into each other shortly before midnight on Friday. Some reports suggest that one of the drivers fell asleep at the wheel, thereby leading to the fatal clash. Almost exactly a year ago on September 11, Iranian Shiite pilgrims and their local driver died when their minibus collided with a truck in Babil province, south of Baghdad, a health official said at that time.